Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And we've finally arrived at the end of another week, the first week of our phase 2. So happy Friday, everybody. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a great beginning of a greater day. And my name is Jennifer. This morning we're live on our YouTube channel and we're live on our Facebook page. This morning we're doing focus activity 2-3. I like you. So this is a pretty positive topic or a pretty positive argument for today, considering that we're starting the weekend and we can talk about likes and dislikes. The difference between the verb like, especially when we compare English to Italian, is that like in Italian is reflexive. So if you were to translate directly certain phrases about liking someone or liking something in Italian, it means that these things or this person is pleasing to me. But in English, the verb to like is an active verb, meaning it's the actual subject that does the action. Good morning, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Friday. I hope you're fine. I'm okay. My allergies were acting up yesterday, but I'm feeling much better now. And hello, Valerio. It's been a while. Hello, Vicky. Good morning. How are you? I'm glad to see that you guys have tuned in this morning. I was a little worried at 11 and I was still all by myself. And good morning, Valentina. How are you? It's been a few days. I haven't been seeing some of the regular people, but I'm glad you've all decided to tune in this morning. For those of you just joining our focus group, my name is Jennifer. I'm a teacher with English in the City Prato. And this morning we're doing focus activity 2-3. Good morning, Maria. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you're fine. We've gotten really into the spring mode right now. Yesterday was a beautiful day. Today looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. So I'm glad that we've gotten into phase 2 and we're starting to make us a certain amount of progress now, hopefully in the right direction. Getting ready for the summer. So this morning we're doing focus activity 2-3. I like you. And before some of you had tuned in, I was explaining the difference between like in Italian and like in English. And in English, the actual subject does the action. So I like ice cream. He likes pizza. She likes coffee. Instead, we know that in the Italian language, the object is pleasing to the subject. So this object pleases me. This object makes me feel a certain way. Whereas in English, the actual subject itself is doing the action, is doing the liking. So that's why sometimes I know for me, learning the verb piacere in Italian was very difficult because it simply didn't make sense to me grammatically. So in this focus activity, we're going to work on the question, do you like and what do you like? We're going to talk about what we like and what we don't like. We're going to review third person. So what he or she likes and does he or she like, and object pronouns. So let's take a look at our first slide. I like. What do you like? And what don't you like? Underneath, there's a small list of categories: hobbies or sport, food, music, or film. For those of you who have worked with me before, you know that one question I always like to ask is, what do you like to do in your free time? So, going through the group this morning, that's the question I ask you. What do you like to do in your free time? Not what can you do, because now we have a few restrictions, but what do you like to do? That's what's most important. And we can consider what we like to do in our free time with these topics here on your screen. For example, I like rock music. I don't like Spanish food. So as you come up with answers to these questions, what do you like? What don't you like? So give me one positive and one negative. And as you come up with your answers to the questions, please feel free just to type them in the conversation box. So I can give you a hint. I'll give you a little bit of a help here. Let's see. I like comedy films. Oh my goodness, I wrote that wrong. I don't like horror. So I've given you now an example of two answers for these two questions. Thank you very much, Valentina. Valentina says, I like Grey's Anatomy. I used to watch Grey's Anatomy too. I used to watch it in the beginning now, and then I stopped. Is it still on TV? Is Grey's Anatomy still on TV? And Maria says, I like pop music. I don't like Chinese food. Excellent. You've given us two examples of I like and I don't like. Would anyone else like to answer the question, what do you like and what don't you like? I know the question that I ask is, what do you like to do in your free time? But this is a simpler version because this isn't necessarily focused on the weekend or on free time, but what do you like or what don't you like in general? So I said that I like comedy films. I don't like horror. I like reading. I don't like running because it's very tiring running for me. It's extremely tiring. In fact, I would like to be more athletic, but I just simply don't have the time. And now we have another list on our screen of different activities. So not necessarily the subject, like hobbies, sport, food, music, film, but we have specific activities. And I want you to think of someone, either a friend or a family member, and I want you to describe that person's likes and dislikes to the group. For example, Oh, Maria says, I'm sorry, Maria, I didn't see your comment. I like walking. I don't like kickboxing. Thank you very much. If we're talking about sport activities or physical activities, for example, I like yoga. I don't like weight lifting. Yoga is kind of active, maybe spiritually active. So now instead of talking about ourselves, the first slide was I like, I don't like. This slide, on the other hand, is he likes, she doesn't like. And here we have the examples. He likes, he doesn't like. She likes, she doesn't like. And we have a list of activities. So think about a family member or a friend, and I want you to give me an example of each. So, for example, if I'm thinking about my sister, I could say my sister likes going to the cinema, but she doesn't like football. And we want to notice the difference now between first person and third person, because our phrases in the beginning were I like, I don't like. But these phrases now are he likes, he doesn't like. I'll give you an example also. I used my sister as an example. And my sister, which would be she, my sister likes going to the cinema. She doesn't like. And here's the example. My sister likes going to the cinema. She doesn't like football. So please take a minute and give me a positive sentence and a negative sentence about someone else. This could be a family member or a friend. So as you come up with an answer to the question, just put your comment in the conversation box over to the right. I also have another question for you. If your answers are he likes, he doesn't like, then what is the question? Because the question in the first slide was, what do you like? I like walking. I don't like kickboxing, said Maria. What do you like? I like Grey's Anatomy, said Valentina. But I don't like Chinese food, said Maria. So the question was, what do you like? That's a question for the second person, and you answer in the first person. In this slide, however, we're in the third person. So if I answer and I say, my sister likes going to the cinema, what is the question? If I answer and say, my sister, she doesn't like football, then what is the question? Thank Thank you very much, Maria. Maria says, my daughter likes meeting friends. She doesn't like walking. And Valentina says, my brother loves music. Is your brother a musician, Valentina? I think we spoke about your brother before. Is your brother a musician, or does he just love listening to music? So Maria and Valentina have given us examples of sentences in the third person. My daughter, she likes, and she doesn't like. Valentina talks about her brother, he likes music. Or if there's something he doesn't like. And my question to you is, what is the question? If the answer is, she likes walking, then what's the question? There are actually two types of questions here. Violin lessons and then piano. So he is a musician. Very nice, Valentina. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have several activities here on our screen. So I'm going to ask a question for you. This is a question for you in the focus group. I'm going to give you an open question. Open question means the answer is a complete phrase. We know that a closed question would be a do you question. For example, do you like listening to music? That's the first activity on our list. Do you like listening to music? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Closed question is a yes or a no answer. It's a short answer with 3 words. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. Open question. Oh, now Valentina says now he uses DJ instruments. So does he do electronic music, Valentina? I think you told me he does electronic music. Maria adds, my husband likes to walk. He doesn't like tennis. Thank you very much, Maria. Maria has given us two grammatically correct sentences, a positive and a negative. My husband likes to walk. He doesn't like tennis. The questions then for these two sentences are, what does your husband like to do? My husband likes to walk. What doesn't your husband like to do? He doesn't like tennis. Or what doesn't your husband like? He doesn't like tennis. Why? Because in the second sentence, he doesn't like tennis. It's tennis as an object, not as a verb. What does that mean? If I ask you, what does your husband like to do? And Maria says, my husband likes to play tennis. The to play is the verb. He likes to play tennis. But if I ask, what does your husband like? The answer is he likes tennis. And that means he likes to watch or he likes to play. But he likes tennis. Thank you very much, Maria. And Vicky adds, my sister likes going to the cinema. Very, very good, Vicky. Thank you very much. This is another example of a grammatically correct sentence. And the question is, what does your sister like to do? My sister likes going to the cinema. When we have I like to or she likes to. The question then is, what do you like to do? What does she like to do? If I take away the to do and I ask you simply to do, and I ask you simply, what do you like? You can answer, I like purple. I like cake. I like football. I like Mexican food. With no verb. With no verb. Hello, Gaia. Good morning, Gaia. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. We're talking about likes and dislikes. The questions for today, Gaia, are what do you like? Do you like? Does he like? And does she like? We've also reviewed the difference between a closed question and an open question. For example, do you like football? Or what do you like to do? Or what do you like? These are all very similar sounding questions, but they're slightly different. Now, instead of activities, sports, and hobbies, thank you very much, Maria. Maria adds, my mom loves gardening. She doesn't like rugby. And Maria, in this instance, the question is always, what does she like? Because in both sentences, Maria did not use a verb. What would it mean if she used a verb? For example, my mom loves to garden, or my mom loves to work in the garden. What does your mom like to do? My mom likes to garden. What doesn't your mom like to do? She doesn't like to watch rugby. But here, Maria has given me two examples to the question, what does she like? And what doesn't she like? Thank you very much, Maria. Here now we have a different category on our screen. We're talking about food. What food do you like and what food don't you like? We have a list of different types of food: Italian, British, Indian, Japanese, Turkish, French, German, American, Spanish, Chinese, Greek, and Mexican restaurants. So you can either use food or restaurants. And Valentina adds, my mom likes to sew, or your mom and you, Valentina. So in this slide, you can either talk about yourself or you can talk about someone else. For example, I like Italian food. I don't like German food. My friend likes Greek restaurants. She doesn't like Mexican restaurants. So you can give me a first person, I like, I don't like. Or you can give me a third person, she likes, she doesn't like, or he likes, he doesn't like. You could also give me a combination of the two. For example, I I like Mexican restaurants. My sister doesn't like Mexican restaurants. And here I've given you a combination. I've given you one sentence in the first person and one sentence in the third person. Answering the questions, two questions. The two questions, what do you like and what doesn't your sister like? Thank you, Maria. Maria adds, I like Romanian and Italian food. I don't like Greek food. That's okay, Vicky. Once you get a sentence together, just put it in the comment box. I'm very happy to hear from you all the time. So I said that in this slide, you can talk about what food you like, what food you don't like, what food your friend likes, and what food your friend doesn't like, giving examples of positive and negative in the first person and positive and negative in the third person. If you've noticed grammatically, the difference between third person sentences is that he, she, and it, there is always an S. In the few examples we put up, especially in mine, my last example, my sister doesn't like Mexican restaurants. Where is the S? The S is in doesn't. On the other hand, my sister likes Japanese restaurant. Where is the S? The S is on likes. So with third person singular, we always need an S. We always need an S. And now we're talking about music. This is the same exercise, but we're getting more specific in our conversation. So we have a list of different types of music. Going through the focus group this morning, simply give me first person, like and don't like. In the beginning of our list, we have different genres of music: classical music, rock music, jazz, pop, electronic, R&B, rap, and metal. Then we have different groups and singers. From U2, the Beatles, Rihanna, Mozart, Radiohead, Lady Gaga, Michael Jackson, and One Direction. You can use a group or an artist that is not on the screen. You can be honest and tell me what you really like and what you really don't like. Vicky says, I like Italian food. My sister, I'm assuming, Vicky, that's my sister, doesn't. The same way I like Mexican restaurants, but my sister doesn't like Mexican restaurants. If you think of types of music that are not here in the list, or musicians or groups that are not here on the list, you can feel free to use them in your sentences. And as you come up with comments, just put them in the comment box on the right so we can take a look at your sentences together. For example, but I don't trying to write a sentence here for you guys to give you an example of a positive and a negative. I like Beethoven, but I don't like And this is my example. I like Beethoven, but I don't like Mozart. So I've given you first person, a positive, and a negative. You can also give me third person, positive and negative. In this case, the question is, what music do you like? What music don't you like? What music does she like? What music doesn't she like? And you can use a specific artist or group, or you can use the genre of music. Thank you very much, Vicky. Vicky says, my sister likes pop music. She doesn't like rap music. Thank you very, very much. Vicky has given us an example of a third person sentence. A third person sentence, a positive and a negative. Okay, my sister likes, let's not forget the S because we're talking about third person singular. And he, she, it likes. Whereas in the second sentence, Vicky, very, very good. She doesn't like rap music. And we see the S in doesn't. If we remember the grammar rule for the word does and the word doesn't, we use it in the question, do you like? Does she like? And we use it in the negative. She doesn't like, or I don't like. Do, does, and doesn't is never in the positive sentence. For example, I do like Beethoven. No, I like Beethoven. Let's go on to our next slide, which will give us another topic. Okay, now we're talking about object pronouns. Every personal pronoun has an object pronoun that goes with it. Here we have the list of object pronouns. We want to put them in the chart next to the appropriate personal pronoun. Our personal pronouns, as we know, I, you, he, she, we, and they. You is singular or plural. So I can talk to you and I can talk to all of you, but it's still you. I can talk to you and I can talk to you. But grammatically, it's the same thing. Okay, so now we want to take these. Oh, thank you, Maria. Maria says, my daughter likes pop music. She doesn't like Mozart. Thank you very much. Maria has also given us another example or two examples. One being a positive. My daughter likes pop music. Let's not forget the S. And she doesn't like Mozart. Very good, Maria, because you have the S in doesn't. Remember that when we have he, she, or it, we always need an S. It's either at the end of the verb or it's in does or doesn't. So here we are talking about object pronouns. And we want to take these object pronouns, you, him, us, them, her, me, and we want to put them with the correct personal pronoun. So this is when the person, I, you, he, she, we, they, becomes the object. For example, I have a present and I give it to I have an apple and I give it to, and this is where object pronouns come into play. So going through our list of object pronouns, let's put them in the chart. For example, I is me. Please give the pen to me, or please give me the pen. In this sentence, you are the subject, and I am the object, the direct object. Give the pen to me, because there's an object and there's a direct object. A little bit of grammar here. All right, going through our list of personal pronouns. You, what is the object pronoun for you? Here you can just put the brief answer in the comment box, and so we can fill in our chart. So if you is the personal pronoun, what is the object pronoun for you? And you is one of those strange words like can or put. It never changes. I give it to you. You is always you. We have 4 object pronouns left on our screen: him, us, them, and her. The 4 personal pronouns we have left are he, she, we, and they. Which is the object pronoun for him? He is my friend. I am going to give the apple to he. Which is the object pronoun for he? He is my friend. I'm going to give the apple to. As I mentioned before, we have 4 object pronouns on the screen: him, us, them, and her. Which of these object pronouns refers to a masculine? Masculine. No, refers to a male. Refers to a male. So which of these object pronouns is masculine? Him. Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you. He is my friend. I give the apple to him. Now we have 3 more object pronouns on the screen: us, them, and her. The next personal pronoun is she. Which of these object pronouns is feminine? Which of these object pronouns now is feminine? She is my friend. I'm going to give the apple to her. Thank you very much, Maria. And her is the object pronoun for she. We have 2 object pronouns left: us and them. These are now the plural object pronouns, meaning we're talking about more than one person. Me, you, him, and her are all singular. We and they and us and them are plural. They are plural pronouns. So which is the object pronoun for we? Thank you, Maria. Maria says the object pronoun is us. Please give us the money. Please give us the money, or give the money to us. We only have 1 object pronoun left. So we see that the object pronoun for they is them. Please give them the address. Please give the address to them. Thank you very much, Maria, for all of your help. Thank you for your help filling in my object pronoun table. Personal pronouns plus the verb or plus the object pronoun. For example, I like him. So we can talk about a person. I like him. I like her. I like them. Or we can talk about a noun. I like cake. I like tennis. I like TV. We can also use the verb. If we use the verb, then we need the infinitive. But here we're talking about people. So I like her. I like him. I don't like her. I don't like him. And this is an example of how we use our object pronouns in a sentence. Hi, I'm Rose. In the picture, we see a girl and a boy that look very happy and very much in love. And Rose says, hi, I'm Rose. This is my boyfriend, Alex. I like him and he likes me. I like him is the object pronoun for he. And me is the object pronoun for I. So he likes I or I like he. No, I like him and he likes me. And if we think about how we say these two phrases in Italian, we see that they're very, very different and why it can be confusing, not only for people learning English, but also for people who are learning Italian and other languages where the verb like is reflexive. All right, here we want to fill in the blanks. So for everybody else who's been listening, now it's time to participate. We have 6 phrases on the screen. We want to fill in the blanks with the correct object pronoun. Is everyone ready? So we have our list of object pronouns on the right, and we have our sentences with the blanks. Let's fill them in. Number 1, the actors are fantastic. I really like. Here, the object pronoun is referring to the actors. So which object pronoun do we use? As you come up with your answers to the questions, your answers to the blank, you can simply put the number and then the answer. For example, number 1, the actors are fantastic. I really like them. Number 1 is them. And that's how you can tell me the answer. So for those of you in our focus group this morning, please participate. Let me know that you're here. Give me the answer to number 2. John is very intelligent. Listen to. In this case, the object pronoun refers to John. Which object pronoun do we use? Which object pronoun do we use? What will help us come up with the answer is thinking about John. How many people is John? Is John singular or plural? Is John a girl or a boy? And that will help us decide which object pronoun to use. John is very intelligent. Listen to. In your opinion, is John a man or a woman? John is very intelligent. Listen to you. Maria and Vicky both say you. Does everybody agree? Is John a boy or a girl? John is a boy. John is a he. If I take away John, I would say he is very intelligent. Listen to, what's the object pronoun for he? Thank you very much, Vicky. Excellent. John is very intelligent. Listen to him. Thank you, Maria, and thank you, Vicky. Here we have sentence number 3. I'm busy. Please write an email. Thank you, Valentina. Number 2 is him. Why? Because John is a male. John is a he. So if we take away John and we replace it with he is very intelligent. Listen to him. Let's look at number 3. I'm busy. Please write an email. Here it's pretty clear who the subject is. I'm busy. So we need the object pronoun for I. I'm busy. Please write an email. Who are you going to write an email to? If I tell you I'm busy, please write an email. To who? To them? To her? Who do you write an email to? So now we're looking for the object pronoun for the personal pronoun I. Which is the object pronoun for the personal pronoun I? I'm busy. Please write an email. Who do you write an email to? Who do you write an email to? So if I'm talking to you and I tell you, I'm very busy, Maria. I'm very busy, Vicky. I'm very busy, Valentina. I'm very busy, Valerio and Andrea and Gaia. Please write an email. Who do you write an email to? So if I am the personal pronoun, if I is the personal pronoun, not me personally, but if I is the personal pronoun, then the object pronoun is me. I'm busy. Please write me an email. Let's look at number 4. Look at she's beautiful. Here we've reversed the sentences. Here we have the gap in the first sentence, but the gap is talking about she. So we want the object pronoun for she. And if we look at our chart, the personal pronoun is she, the object pronoun is. So look at, she's beautiful. What is the object pronoun for she? I mean, this is a very important activity because a lot of times we forget that we need to use the object pronoun. Thank you very much, Vicky. Thank you so much. The object pronoun for she is her. Look at her. She's beautiful. Let's take a look at number 5. Again, we have the gap in the first sentence. So we have to look at the second sentence to see who we are talking about. Teacher, please help. We think this exercise is difficult. We think this exercise is difficult. We is the subject. We is the personal pronoun. What is the object pronoun for we? Take a look at your chart. If the personal pronoun is we, the object pronoun is, let's fill in the blank. Teacher, please help. We think this exercise is difficult. Because often, especially during some English lessons, we notice that it's not always easy to remember to change the personal pronoun to the object pronoun in certain sentences. Because in all languages, I don't think you have to do it. Please write me an email. That's difficult to understand. You can rearrange the order of the words, Andrea. Please write me an email. You could also say, please write an email to me. You can put this object before the direct object and then use to understand that this item or this thing is coming to me. Okay, for example, when I said, oh, he is my friend, I'll give the apple to him. I could also rearrange that sentence, Andrea, and say, he is my friend. I'll give him the apple. So you can use the object pronoun directly after the verb. I'll give him the pronoun. I'll give him the pronoun. I'll give him the apple. Or, as you said, please write me an email. So if you put the object pronoun directly after the verb, you don't need to. If you put the object pronoun at the end, then you need to. Means write an email to me. Give the apple to me. Give the money to us, or give us the money. Okay? If the object pronoun follows the verb, no to. Oh, and Vicky says me. Are we still talking about sentence number 5? Teacher, please help us. Why us, Vicky? Because we, look at the second sentence. We think this exercise is difficult. The object pronoun for we is us. Let's take a look at the last one. I welcome to the City Hotel. Pleased to meet you. If the personal pronoun is you, the object pronoun is, and this is one of the simpler ones, because you is always You is always you. You is always here. Let's go on to our next slide, which will most likely be, okay, this will probably be our last slide for our focus activity. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this morning. Oh, don't be sorry, Vicki. That's okay. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Okay, on this slide, this is our last slide for our focus. We have several celebrities on our screen, and we have a list of names. This is now simple third person singular. He is, she is. A, he is Orlando Bloom. Don't understand the reason. This only works if we're doing this out loud, though. We're not doing it out loud. Okay. For those of you who'd like to finish up with me today, we see who all these celebrities are, okay? And give me a positive or a negative sentence. I like her. I don't like him. So this now is using our like and don't like with the object pronoun. If I ask you, do you like Jennifer Lopez? How do you answer? Remember, I said that the do and the don't is in the question and negative. In the positive answer, there is no do, there is no don't. Do you like Jennifer Lopez? I like her. And this is a simple example of how we say we like, or I'll give you a negative now. Let's see, who don't I like? I like George Clooney. Orlando Bloom. I honestly don't know Orlando Bloom. I haven't seen him in any movie, so I can't really be. And here's a negative example. I don't like Orlando Bloom. I don't like Orlando Bloom. So I've given you two examples. One positive, I like her, for I like Jennifer Lopez. And one negative, I don't like Orlando Bloom. In this morning's focus, what did we do this morning? We did a lot. We talked a lot about grammar, actually. Most importantly, we went over our object pronouns. We see that every object pronoun goes with a personal pronoun. I, me, you, he, him, she, her, we, us, they, and them. Remember, if the object pronoun follows the verb, there is no to. For example, please give him the money. Or please write me an email. If we put the object pronoun at the end, then we need to. Please give the money to him. That was something important to remember. Then we also reviewed different topics like hobbies, food, music, and films. And we started off our focus with what I like and what I don't like. And then we got more specific, also using third person. Remember, he, she, it always takes the S. Do and don't we use in our question and negative. never in the positive. So if there aren't any questions, then we're going to conclude our focus activity here. This morning, we did focus activity 2-3, I like you. And before I sign up for today, I just want to remind you, thank you very much, Andrea. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. That English in the City Prato is always live. We're live on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. So tune in next week once we know the schedule, once the schedule is released for our upcoming focus events. Have a wonderful day. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see everybody next time. Thank you so much.